right, hello my Aries friends, how's it going? Just getting your reading started here. I'm not going to put dates on these any longer. You know, time is fluid anyways, so whenever you find this video is probably when you're best suited to hear the message. That being said, this message is not going to resonate with everyone. So it doesn't, if this does not resonate with you, move on. It's okay. I'm not going to take it personally. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. See what we have for my Aries friends. This first part of the read I do with just a regular tarot deck right now. I'm waiting for my other tarot decks to come in. But I've engineered them so that they can have the reversals and all of that jazz. So we can still get the intuitive messages that we're looking for, right? All right, and I look for typically about 5 cards on this part of it. And what I use this part for is kind of just setting the stage, like setting the stage of the energy that I'm picking up on, right? Like your current situation is what I'm looking for. Sometimes some advice comes out in this part too intuitively, like just whatever spirit or the universe or the divine or, you know, whatever your beliefs are, whatever messages are supposed to come through for you is what I'm looking for. So I don't control it, I'm just the messenger, right? So take the messages that do resonate with you, leave the rest behind. All right, and as I say that, we have 5 cards out. So let's go ahead and get started, see what we have for you. Okay, so kind of an interesting read already. I'm feeling a little bit all over the place. I don't know if you just have had a lot going on. Maybe just a few big things I'm feeling like, well, let's get into the reading first. Okay. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, so the first card out is the Ace of Wands in reverse. Sorry, guys. New layout. I'm trying to get used to it. Yeah, I'm going to fix that, but okay. Ace of Wands in reverse. So what I'm feeling with that is that there's some kind of new action that you've been taking. It's like, maybe you've thought of doing something. You've had this dream for a long time, right? And now it's trying to come to fruition. With it being in the reverse, I see that as a block a lot of times, or, you know, something that's not happening. So it could be that, you know, you've had this idea and like you're so ready to jump just in your soul. You know it. You're ready. You're there. You know that this is what you're supposed to do. And you're like on the edge of the cliff and you're not jumping because you don't believe that you can fly. Okay? You know you can, but you don't believe it. I know that sounds weird, but they are 2 different things. And that's what I'm feeling for you in that card. So take that as you will. Let's go ahead and move on to the rest of it. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So 4 of Pentacles, you know, I see that as like just a stable foundation, whether that be like monetarily or in your material world where, you know, you have a home, you have your car, you have everything that you need. You're good. You're going along, you're going with the flow. It's all good, right? But again, it's like a block. And I'm thinking that is like you're comfortable, you're stable, but in a stagnant place when you should be growing, right? And you feel that, you know. Again, if this is your message, if it's not, that's okay. Maybe later there's something else later in this video that's for you, and that's why you're here. But for those of you who are going to be resonating with this set of cards, it's like you have this new beginning coming in, but you're so comfortable with where you're at. It's like you don't want to risk that comfort and that stability for whatever this new thing is, because it's with everything new, there's some sense of uncertainty, right? And I feel like that's got you really wrapped up and it's holding you back. Okay. The next card is the Jack of Wands. So as a person, I do feel like this is you. Um, it's like, on the positive side, very young at heart, very open to new things, very creative. Um, but also, you know, maybe on the more, I don't even want to say negative because it's not even negative, right? But maybe things that don't serve you as much or as well. Um, Jacks tend to be, you know, kind of like knights. They're slow moving. They don't jump real quick, right? That's what I'm sensing here too. You're not jumping really quick. And Jacks, they do tend to have this characteristic of being somewhat immature sometimes. So it could be that you're resisting that growth because, you know, while you're comfortable in this place, you're also a little bit immature. And again, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. We all go through this. And it's over and over again through our life. It's not like we are immature when we're young and then we get mature. It's not like that. We can go back and forth in this flow, right? And it might just be that you're in a period of immaturity. This card is in the reverse. So I am feeling that part that's holding you back. It is that immaturity. It is that you know, just acting without the wisdom that you have. You do have that wisdom. It's within you, but you're not acting on it. You're staying in your comfort zone. It's okay, but it is holding you back from where you're meant to go. Okay. This next one came out sideways. So I like to leave them sideways because what this means is you can read it either way. So this is the Ace of Pentacles, and you can read it either way. It depends on how it goes in your life. So the way I look at it, it's like maybe there's a 50-50 split between the people that are going to watch this, who might resonate with it either way, right? Or like a 60-40 split or whatever, right? But there's a healthy amount of you that need to hear what it is in the upright versus those of you who need to hear it in the reverse. That's okay. So I'm not making up my decision on that. The universe tells me to do both. Okay. So Ace of Pentacles, it's like, again, I mean, we talked about this with this ace card over here of Wands. It's like a new beginning, right? And Pentacles is the material world. So, you know, maybe you're looking at a new home, or you're looking at a new job or career or something that will push you forward and push you towards that growth of where you want to go. And in the upright, I mean, that's just, it's pure beauty, right? It's like the world, the material world is at your fingertips. Do with it what you will, right? It's like the clay has been put in front of the master, and it's time for you to start molding. Okay. I don't know why that came to my mind, but one of you needed to hear that, I guess. And in the reverse, it's like, either there's two ways that I can see it. It's like you've been given an opportunity, or an opportunity crossed your path that either you don't want or that's not going to serve you very well. So you kind of need to, you know, as a warning, it's like you need to look at that very thoroughly and see if that is aligning with your highest good and your goals and where you want to go, before you really jump into it. Because, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to go into that. What was the other one? There was one more that I was feeling. It's like a new beginning is there, but you're not sure you want to jump on it, and maybe you're resisting it a lot. And again, you're just coming from a place of wanting to hold on to your comfort. So you've been resisting it, and that's where that block comes in, because it's like, here it is. Here's that thing that you've been wanting. Here's the thing that you've been waiting for. Here's what you've been working for. And for you, maybe it's like, it's almost too good to be true. Like you don't want to believe it, because maybe you've had a bunch of things in the past that seemed really great and then turned out really terribly, right? So in that sense, I feel like your fear is holding you back. So just be aware of that. Do with that what you will. Again, there were a few messages in there, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest, right? We're talking to the whole collective here of Aries, so to touch on everyone, I mean, it's just impossible. But I take what they give me, okay? Last one here is the Eight of Pentacles, and this one is in the upright. So eights have a lot to do with, especially in the Pentacles, it's like you're starting to reap what you've sown, right? We just kind of talked about this here. Like an opportunity is coming your way because of the hard work that you've been putting in. And, you know, in the Seven of Pentacles, you see that sowing of the seeds. With the Eight, it's like you're starting to see the rewards. You're not there. You're not at the 9 or 10 yet where it's come to full fruition, but you are starting to see the payout of those things. When you look around you, and I'm hearing this, like your guides are telling me to tell you, look around yourself, because maybe a lot of you, especially with all these reversals, it's like maybe a lot of you have been overwhelmed. You have been maybe even like very negatively affected, down in the dumps kind of is what I'm hearing, because things don't seem to be going your way, or it's not exactly what you want right now. And they're telling me, look around you, because things are actually going very well for you. And you're okay. You know, things are moving forward, but you need to be open to that, and you need to be actively looking for that, because if you don't, they're going to pass right by you. Okay. So again, take that part as you will, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That part is really just setting the foundation. So we're going to move into the next part here of, it's what I call like the angel answers or angel guides section. I always forget what this deck is called. It is Archangel Power, and each of these cards has an angel on it. And what I use this part as is like giving you guidance, giving you the messages that your spirit guides or the divine, or however you want to look at it, whatever they have to tell you that hopefully will be helpful in your situation. Again, whether or not that first part resonated with you. Sometimes these messages go above and beyond that, right? So let's see what they have to say. What do we have for Aries? Let's give them some guidance, please. Ooh, almost. Yeah, I'm used to the camera being up here, not over here. It's silly. Okay. And on this part, I do try to go for 3 cards. So sometimes it gives me less, sometimes it gives me more. We'll just see what comes out. Okay. So we got 1 out here. More pentacles, you guys. Okay, let's take that one. More pentacles. See? Nutso, I'm telling you. Almost, not quite. There we go. Okay. So we have 3 out now. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay. Yes. Some confirmation for you. Just some good things. So the first one out is 5 of Ariel. Again, this correlates with Pentacles. And your first 2 cards that popped out of this deck are Pentacles. So 5 of Ariel, this card says, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. Yes. So that negative thoughts creating self-fulfilling prophecies, I feel like that's kind of what this 8 of Pentacles was trying to tell you, right? Like you're seeing things, your perception is one of negativity, or it has been maybe. And this is just for some of you, maybe not for all of you, but your thoughts have been more in the negative realm, and if that's where you keep them, we don't often see that as a choice, but it is. If you keep them there, that's where your reality will be. Okay. So work on that. I mean, if I'll be putting out some videos on how to work on that in the future, and if you see this in the future, it's likely that they will be there. But there's a lot of work that you can do if you see that that's like impossible or difficult or whatever. There's a lot of work that you can do to move toward a more positive mindset. Okay. A lot of ideas like meditation, working on your own self-worth, a lot of different things. Again, we'll go into that in the future. I'm not going to dive into that right now because that would make this video very, very long. But another part of this card that I'm feeling is that, you know, it's talking about not having to go through this alone and help being nearby. I'm seeing this a couple different ways, and really, I mean, this is for everyone, even above and beyond just Aries. It's like we all have people in our lives to help us, okay? Even if it doesn't seem like it, even if you feel so very alone, there's always people out there to help us. Sometimes it just takes you reaching out and saying that you need help, you know? Sometimes it really is just a matter of living your life and knowing that that person is going to come into your life, okay? The other part, the switch part of that, is above and beyond this physical world, we all have our spirit guides, or, you know, the divine or the collective, or however you want to look at it. We all have that other spiritual realm of beings that are there for us. Our guides are here to help us, okay? If you believe in God or a God or whatever, you know, they're there to guide us. They're there to help. And when you even just put the thought out there, you don't even have to speak it out loud. Sometimes people find that helpful just for themselves, but really, even if you just think, I need help, you know, or sending out a prayer telepathically, like, your guides will get that, and they'll know that you're open and you're ready for their help. And be specific in what you want help in, right? Like, don't be afraid of that. Sometimes if you leave it up and open too broad, or too broadly, you know, they'll come in with something else, and you'll be like, well, that's not what I asked for. And then you think back and you're like, oh, well, yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, it does fall under that umbrella. I should have been more specific. So be specific if that's what you're feeling, okay? But there are people out there to help you. That's the point. So don't go at this alone. There's no need for that, okay? If you're struggling, there are people around you, or beings. All right, so the next one we have is the Two of Ariel, which is the Two of Pentacles. Now, this one talks a lot about balance. Let's just go ahead and read it. It's important to have balance. Working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. Yeah, and I feel like this is kind of the merging of your old life and your new life, okay? These new opportunities that are coming in, you know, everything that you've got going on that's pushing you forward, that's layering on top of what you already have, that you've already been doing, right? So if you have a new job opportunity coming in, you're trying to see how that's going to work while you're still in your old job set, right? And sometimes it's hard to get into that new mindset that's going to push you into this and get you into this new opportunity when you're still here, right? It's not that it's better or worse. I'm not saying like this is up here and this is down here. No, like not necessarily. So, you know, what I'm hearing here though overall is just to find that balance, okay? Maybe you've been having some trouble finding that balance. Especially with time is what I'm hearing. Time. Because that's a resource too, right? Maybe you've been spending way too much. I don't even want to say too much. It's just you have been spending a lot of your time at work or you know, building a project or doing whatever you think that you need to do, and you have been more detached from like your family and your friends and things like that, right? So maybe what I'm hearing is it's just time to like um, recenter and recalibrate, move back towards that equilibrium, right? um, just assess in your life and be more conscious about where you're spending your time. That's the message that I hear here. The last card in this part of the draw is Six of Gabriel, and Gabriel is wands. So for whoever needed to hear that, Six of Wands. This one says, congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, awards, scholarships, or promotions. What this card is telling me, you guys, is that these new opportunities that are coming at you are totally for you, okay? You've done a really great job at the things that you have been doing, that you've been working really hard on. Totally pat yourself on the back. Like, go out and celebrate. That's great. But it is time for you to move on. I don't know if those things are no longer serving you, or maybe, again, they're just keeping you at that stable, stagnant place, right? Like, you'd be perfectly fine if you lived your life out the way that you are right now. That's fine. If that's what you want, great, go for it. Stay there. But I'm hearing that you have a bigger purpose. You have more things going for you than what you have right now, okay? So take advantage of it, take the next steps, and move on. Grow into that bigger being that you are, okay? All right, that was beautiful. Let's go ahead and move on to our